violates order.
Why? Why do you have to violate the order?
And then now we have...
Wait, this is so much more convoluted than it was supposed to be. Oh my god.
Here it is. Correctly, but it happens as a second order effect of this behavior.
Second order effect?
Then after that, you, if for whatever reason, don't take it seriously, you don't want to listen to them, you think it's bullshit.
And you just keep walking back to the job that you got fired from?
And then, now you go to jail.
He didn't pronoun. Like, what do these people envision? Like, this guy's like tied to this pole and he's being like whipped. And they're like, white boy, say it. He's like, he, him, she, her. No, white boy.
This is so Asmongold falls for fake news about Ireland and gets debunked by his own subreddit. Okay, that's pretty bad. This is what's going on over in Ireland. Yeah. Irish teacher arrested again for refusing to use a they pronoun for student.
Mario Nawfall. This is like one of the most slop accounts on all of X. I can't believe he just scrolls his recommended feed for news. Holy shit! This has to be some of like the lowest IQ archetype stuff. To be bro, hopefully I don't become a race realist on accident. I love the low IQ archetype. It just feels it feels good. Yes, I like it. Be consuming news like this and to think you're engaged in actual media analysis or like critical consumption of news. It's just it's so unbelievable to me.
So keep in mind, guys, as long
I am a race realist. I think Caucasians are intellectually inferior genetically. It's just the most retarded, crazy position.
What's the critical consumption that I'm missing out on here? Is like I know America has problems. I know we have our issues, but holy shit, y'all gotta get your shit together over there in Europe, man. Like y'all really do. Like this shit's embarrassing. Like how'd this happen? Yeah, it's a lie. I don't know if it's a lie or not. I bet it's probably not. And yeah, I didn't. Yep, that's right. That's right.
King, he's such a king.
Go off,
Sorry,
King.
I just saw
That's
this on
right.
stream, but it really irks me that Asmon buys into everything he sees on X without context. This man was fired from the school he. Can we not watch this guy's clips? Worked at for refusing to use pronouns. He shouldn't.
Okay, there we go. So now we have, and this is what happens, right?
Yeah, what happens?
And so people like Destiny love to use these arguments of, oh, well, you weren't technically fired and put in jail for not using pronouns. Okay, so basically what people like this do is that they look at the cause and effect of two different events, and they say these events aren't connected. Now, let me explain how this actually works.
It matters. The actual things that are happening matters. You understand that the facts are actually kind of important here, right? Like if I were to say I'm banned from my family dinners just because hold on. Oh god, it's too late. I'm trying to think of how this teacher was banned for trespassing on school property. He got arrested for trespassing. The reason why he was fired had to do with pronoun shit. The reason why he's being arrested just has to do with him trespassing. If I got banned from my family dinners because I said my mother-in-law was a fat cunt, and then I tried to show up at a family dinner and they didn't want me there, and so they called the police to have me taken away, it would be misleading at best and an outright fucking lie at worst for me to say publicly, I got arrested because I called my mother-in-law a fat cunt. Do you understand how that's not really what happened? Well, no. They banned you from family dinner for calling her a fat cunt. Now, you can say whether or not they were justified in doing that, but that's why you were banned from family dinner. You got arrested because you trespassed on their house property. They called the cops and they took you to jail, right? It's not really the same thing, right? That the middle stage there is really important.
Because a lot of people don't get this. So we have, let's see here. I don't know if 4 blocks is going to be enough, but let's see here. And I'm just going to use this, right? So the first block is doesn't use pronouns. And this is the way that people like this wield power. And if you understand this, you can predict it and you can see it in the future. Because this is, it's a common misconception. So, won't use pronouns. So this is...
I haven't dug into this guy, but apparently the issue was he didn't want anybody in the school doing... Or it was more than even just that. But regardless, even if it was something stupid. By the way, the judge even says this. Even if there was a bad reason for him getting fired, it doesn't matter at that point. When the cops are showing up because the school is calling the cops to get you taken away, you're trespassing. You don't have a right to be there anymore. Now, whether or not he should have gotten fired or shouldn't, that's a different argument. That's a different debate to be had.
The reason why I know this, and this is the reason why I assume this, is because this is exactly what happened to Jordan Peterson. Is that what they do is that using the pronouns doesn't actually get you put in jail, but it gets a disciplinary action against you. And then the disciplinary action is used as,
something to fire you. It'll never lead to you going to jail.
Let's see here. So then now we have disciplinary action.
Okay.
Okay. So then the disciplinary action is then used for a restraining order. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, so then there we go. This is the restraining order. Or other types of, let's see here, or other legal, option.
Yeah.
But there's some sort
How do you go to jail from 3 to 4? What's happening in between here?
of legal option. And then violates order.
Why? Why do you have to violate the order?
And then now we have...
Wait, this is so much more convoluted than it was supposed to be. Oh my god.
Here it is.
They're just so low IQ, bro. They don't even make good arguments. If you wanted to do I'm not even going to. If you want the Steelman version of this autistic fucking dialogue tree, then what you would say is you don't have to criminalize SJW behavior to throw people in jail for SJW behavior. All you have to do is make it so that the policies that aren't enforceable by jail lead these people into conditions where they have no option but to commit crimes, which will cause them to go to jail. So in effect, you're doing the same thing. So if you ban a person for not using the right pronouns, and then you start putting restraining orders from him engaging in any workplace where he might have been fired, well, eventually he's going to be fired from every place, and he's not going to be able to make money to survive. And so he either has to steal for food, or he has to show up at these places to try to apply for the job again. And of course, he's going to get arrested at that point. So for you to say that there's no connection between the pronoun enforcement, which all of society wants to enforce, and then him going to jail, to say that there's no connection here is being ridiculously obtuse, when that's the end effect of all of these things. Like, you can make this argument if you want. It's retarded, but it's better than this. This is slop. This is fucking retarded. Like, won't use pronouns, disciplinary action, restraining order, violates order. Why? Asmongold, why? What about if you just don't? Maybe just don't do that? You can just not do this part, you know?
You are now fined or in jail. So what these people do is that they look at these two things and they say, this thing didn't cause this thing. And they're right. They're right. But this is what they do. So they create a disciplinary action, and then the disciplinary action is unfair, but it's being used as a supporting bit of evidence for having a restraining order. And then now the
restraining order came because once you're fired from your job, the job typically doesn't like it for you to show back up again. That's, believe it or not, that's actually really normal at most places of work. If you get fired from a job, they usually take your employee badge. They usually don't let you into the employee areas anymore. And depending on the job, they might not want you to show up for a month or so, depending on whether you worked as security or whether you work or why you were fired or whatever. Like, that's not the most abnormal thing in the world, depending on the job. For a teacher, I imagine it's probably very common because there's no real reason for a teacher to go back to a school if they're not teaching there.
Restraining order is placed. And so inside right here, so this is the difference here between the legal line. So this is what happened. This is the original article when it happened, by the way. Yeah, let's see here if I can find it. And this is teacher jailed. Oh, here we go. Continue. I'll fix it next time.
You know what would be crazy for this? You know what would be a crazy chart for Roach Lord to make? You know what I would love to see him do on stream? Imagine if it was, hold on. I gotta fucking draw more boxes. Okay. What if it was like... shouts conflicting things. Whoops. Stands in front of car. You leave. Shoots and kills you. I wonder if we would ever draw like... boxes like this. Maybe. But no, for that, it was actually a super clear-cut case of the officer needed to be there. He had to stand right in front of the car. It doesn't matter what was going on at the point in time. He absolutely had authorization, no matter what the preceding events were, to shoot and kill that woman at that point in time. But a restraining order against a teacher who keeps coming back to a school they've been fired from is just beyond the pale.
I'm okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix all of these notifications. Teacher jailed for contempt of court after refusing to use students' gender-neutral pronouns. And I think this is also a very big difference, too, whenever you look at it, because this is not somebody who is...
A teacher in Ireland was jailed this week for violating a court order forbidding him from going to the school. Wait, is he watching the video? Is he watching the video that I'm watching? Or is he committing the exact same mistake that he committed in the video that I'm watching where he's not even reading the fucking article? Stop. Okay, I'm breathing. Stop. No, he's going to keep reading. He's going to keep reading. He's going to keep reading.
Teacher jailed for contempt of court after refusing to use students' gender-neutral pronouns. And I think this is also a very big difference, too, whenever you look at it, because this is not somebody who is using a pronoun of, like, he or she. This is somebody that wants to be referred to as they, them. Like, they, them doesn't exist. You're either male or female. Now, are there, unique, extreme medical...
Is he not going to read the article? It's just the next sentence. And it's funny because it also demonstrates, now, not that anybody knows literally anything about anything ever, teacher jailed for contempt of court. Contemptuous behavior, unless it's different in the UK, contempt means violating a court order. That's what contempt is. You can't jail somebody or charge somebody with the crime of contempt. What happened? He was outside and he did contempt. Contempt means that you're violating some kind of court order. That's what contempt is. Or somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if there are other types of contempt. I've never heard of that before. Generally, contempt of court, especially contempt, is you're contemptuous of a court order. You're betraying some court order. That's literally the only thing this can mean.
Abnormalities? Yeah, there are. But I think in the vast majority of cases, no, actually the fact is that you're either a man or a woman. So it's Ireland. Yes, this is in Ireland, right?
Oh, is he going to read it?
This is what happens to teacher in Ireland. And does Ireland have free speech? No, they do not.
Oh, he almost started to read it. Hold on. He almost got it. He almost started to read. Hold on.
They have degrees of free expression, but they do not have free speech like America does.
What? By the way, Americans believe this shit. I used to grow up, I'm going to be honest, until I was like fucking probably 14 years old, thinking America was the only democracy on the planet, just based on what my mom told me. I thought we were the only ones with any freedoms at all, and nobody else had monarchies or nobody else had democracies or anything. Apparently, Asmongold got the same childhood education as I did. Thank you, Cuban mother.
If you don't believe me, look it up and educate yourself. You're going to find out that it's right.
Is free speech, is that like an agreed upon law? What is it? They don't have the free speech thing. They have free expression. What the fuck are we...
And so anyway, but W's that? No, I'm telling you, right? So you got clickbaited? No, what I'm saying is listen to this.
Okay,
listen. Is that my...
He fucking read the first three fucking words of these. Stop! I can't. I lied earlier. I lied in that video. I am getting mad. I'm getting upset. I'm not emotionally stable. I am dysregulated right now, okay? I am getting epically trolled. It's okay. We can all have it happen. Please, dear God, bring up that fucking article again. Please bring back the fucking article. Asmongold, you little slop tube fucking piece of shit, okay? Bring it the fuck back, you motherfucker. Activate those white genes, okay? And read, you motherfucker. I know you had to read to do those World of Warcraft quests, okay? Bring back that motherfucking article.
Point is that you're going to find out. No, actually...
He started to read it, and then he stopped.
Actually, the fact is that you're either a man or a woman. So it's Ireland. Yes, this is in Ireland, right? And so this is what happens to teacher in Ireland. And does Ireland have free speech? No, they do not. They have the need or a necessity for a legal action, and then they weaponize the legal system because they've already created a precedent or a basically standard that's been used by their own internal systems.
like restraining orders?
So yes, obviously, technically that's not true, but functionally it is. And so what they do is they weaponize this through a chain of events.
What makes you go to a place that has a restraining order against you?
So this is the problem that I think a lot of people like Destiny have, is that
Tell me.
they only look at the direct cause and effect. And how did I know this instantly? Because I've seen this happen with other people too. It's obvious this is what happened. No, they probably didn't put this guy in jail directly for using pronouns. Did I really think that? No, of course not. Nobody would think that. But what I am thinking, and what I do say that happens, is that whenever you don't do this and you don't follow along with this ideology, they will create basically a punishment structure that basically there's like a pyramid to it. And
he's getting kind of to the thing I was saying earlier. It just takes him a lot longer to get there. Okay. He's kind of getting there. Okay.
the more that you fight it, the closer you get to going to jail.
Fighting your termination at your job by going back to your job over and over again?
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And so I've been drawing pictures. Yeah. And so you can see how basically, and I'll explain it one more time.
Yeah, thank you. Go
You
ahead, one more
don't use
time.
the pronouns, and then they use a disciplinary action.
Yeah.
And then they use their own disciplinary action and your unwillingness to follow along with it as a justification for getting a restraining order against you. Now,
Well, where does you get a restraining order because of a disciplinary action? You're missing something there, Chief. But also, fine, let's say that happens, even though that wouldn't. But then what happens?
they have weaponized the justice system against you, but they've done it by an element of removal.
Well, excuse me. How do we get from a restraining order to jail? We're missing a thing here. What does it mean to violates order?
So-
Also, keep in mind that these disgusting, fucking low socioeconomic status gene-possessing losers will make all of these excuses for white people, okay, who are walking over and over again into a place they got fired that is a very clearly English language worded court order saying you can't do this. But when it comes to illegal immigrants, oh my God, just the fact that they came here illegally is enough to completely throw them the fuck out. Maybe the dude who figured out how to snuck by ICE and immigrate and border enforce everybody else and fucking holds down a job somehow, okay, despite being illegal, maybe that guy should be here. And the guy that can't read the fucking court order, maybe that's the low IQ stock that needs to be shipped back to Zimbabwe or wherever the fuck he wants to go. Or you can go there too, I guess, with other African warlord politics that you love so much.
So they haven't done it directly, but it happens as a second order effect of this behavior.
Second order effect?
Then after that, you, if for whatever reason, don't take it seriously, you don't want to listen to them, you think it's bullshit.
And you just keep walking back to the job that you got fired from?
And then now you go to jail.
He didn't pronoun. Like, what do these people envision? Like, this guy's like tied to this pole and he's being like whipped. And they're like, white boy, say it. He's like, he, him, she, her. No, white boy, whoosh, say the Caesar. He, him, she, her. Whoosh, now you're going to jail. Like, what is the fantasy that they're having here for these people? Like, oh my God.
So this is how they weaponize the justice system and how they take advantage of it. It's not direct. Now, I understand this is really good Reddit bait. It's
I can't, bro. Get me the fuck out of here, dude. I'm going. We'll connect, and then bro, get me out. Open NVIDIA app, click graphics, global setting, DLSS override, model presets, recommended. Okay. Craven, Tower, Brooklyn, Bumble, Carpenter, Lace, Needle, Twist, Honey, Wanton, Wind or Wind, Ralto, Desire or Desiree, is that butt? Golden Gate, Weave, Killer. This is not a real word, or it barely is. I guarantee you there's... Fuck, there's not. Just kidding. I thought there were going to be like voices for a soprano SATB or whatever, soprano, alto, tenor, bari, but never mind. Rialto. Is that like a movie name or something? Rialto. Rialto? I don't know. Don't know, don't care. All right. Oh, These are horror movie directors. Wes Craven, John Carpenter, I think. Is it John Carpenter? It's gotta be. Fuck, what are the two other last names? Wanton? In Rialto. Is this a last name for somebody? Fuck, I don't know. Fuck! Craven. Maybe it's not Wes Craven. And Carpenter? Craven and Carpenter? I don't know the names of like the directors of the original like Nightmare on Elm Street is that's Wes Craven, right? But like Friday the 13th and Child's Play, I don't know. Okay, we'll park these. Okay. Tower Brooklyn, Bumble, Lace, Bee, Honeybee, Bumblebee, Killer Bee. Or I'm getting baited by these. Twist Bee, Wanton Bee, Wind Bee, Weave Bee, Rialto Bee, Carpenter Bee. No, Carpenter Ant. Lace Bee, Tower Bee, Brooklyn Bee, Carpenter Bee, Twist Bee, Rialto Bee, Wind Bee, Golden Gate Bee, Weave Bee. Fuck, I don't know. Oh my god. There's not a Carpenter Bee, right? Bees don't, well, I guess they build hives. No shot. Wind Bee, Rialto Bee, Twist Bee, Brooklyn Bee. Okay, hold on. Bridges, right? The Golden Gate Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge, the Rialto Bridge. That sounds like it could be a bridge. The Tower Bridge, like London Tower. I'm just guessing on everything. Oh my god! I'm a god! I'm so well traveled. That's why I got it. Okay, hold on. Okay, Weave Bee. Do they weave things? Killer Bee. I know this is a bee. Honeybee. Okay, hold on. A needle, weave, lace, twist. Lace, needle, twist. Something to do with like how you make shit. Oh, fuck. Needle. Oh my god. Stupid. I got baited. I see it though. I need it. I crave it. I want it and I desire it. Jesus Christ. Okay. The bee. Honeybee, Killer Bee, Bumblebee. Oh, Jesus. Is it really a Carpenter Bee? Wind or wind, lace, weave, twist, and wind. Wind, twist. I guess the way you can manipulate things with your fingers. This is the yellow one? Ugh. 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 Don't all bees have carpenters? How can you have a carpenter bee? Don't all bees need builders to build their hives? What the fuck is a carpenter bee? Damn, these motherfuckers are fat. Look at that fat bee. It's not a job, it's a species? Yeah, I know, but how it wouldn't make sense to have a carpenter bee and some bees are... Holy shit, use the whole cracker. 44K, bro. Okay, maybe. Alright. I'll let you guys have fun. Be careful. What do I have tomorrow? Fuck, I need to do shit. Oh, DG Political Action Award. 7:30. Okay, I love you guys. One free kit? One free kit? Well, we always got time for one free kit. True.